What's up, guys? So bringing you another duel review, and this time it's between Ajayi and Jordan Howard. Now, for those of you who are unaware of a duel review, it's basically where I only show you what it is that they did best and how best to use them. I'm not looking under every rock. I'm not going to show you every little thing that they did good and did bad. I'm just showing you basically the most important information on each card, in terms of gameplay at least. But anyways, you see right here, Ajayi is 6 foot tall. He only has 88 speed and 89 excel, which is really not that fast. He's got a pretty decent spin move and juke move, but surprisingly, what he did best was neither of those. From what I could tell, what he did best was breaking the first tackle, and I noticed that right away. I would run with him, and people were just struggling. Now, I'm not trying to say that he was top 5 at this or anything. I'm not trying to say that he was putting Derrick Henry and those guys to shame. I'm not trying to say that, but in terms of everything overall, I'm not saying that he can't spin or juke. Trust me, I did get some nice spins here and there, but I think overall his highest grade was breaking tackles. But believe me, that speed is definitely holding him back, so that's the only bad thing about him. Now, as far as how best to use him, I would say run him up the middle because he's not that fast. There were times where I would try to bounce to the outside and stuff like that would happen right there, where his speed holds him down. So it's like, if you're gonna be that slow, and here's another example, just taking off and then getting caught from behind. But the thing is, that's why I would say run up the middle like I'm doing here. Run between the tackles. Don't always try to bounce the outside like you can with someone like David Johnson or someone like that, where you can hit the outside and just take off. I found so much more success with him running up the middle, and not to mention, because he is so good at breaking tackles, that just makes him even more effective running up the middle. Break maybe 1 or 2 tackles and get 3, 4, or even more yards. Now, he did fumble twice for me, so that's very worrisome, so be aware of that. But if you just run up the middle like this, I guarantee you'll have so much more success with him. And honestly, between him and Jordan Howard, overall they really weren't that different. Which brings us to Jordan Howard. Now, just like Ajayi, not that fast. 87 speed, 88 excel. He's even slower than Ajayi, but he does have a 91 carry and a 91 truck, which is very nice. That caught my eye right away. Everything else, his juke, spin, stiff arm is just not there. 83 stiff arm, 86 juke and spin. But it should be no surprise that the truck is what he did best. That's what you should lean on in terms of ratings. You see right here, he got some nice animations. And the thing is, Ajayi is better for you if you're not good at juking and spinning and trucking and stuff, because he'll help you break tackles for you. Jordan Howard is the opposite. If you're good at trucking, then I would say go with him. And as far as how best to use them, just like Ajayi, running up the middle, running between the tackles. Like right here, you can bounce to the outside if you want to, but sometimes running up the middle is a better option, or just staying between the tackles. He's not that fast. He's not going to have breakaway plays too often, but plays like this are just as good. Running up the middle, zigzagging your way through, and just getting cheap yards like that, and lowering your shoulder. So like I said earlier, Ajayi and Jordan Howard, they're just so similar in terms of how best to use them. But as far as who you should pick, it's really up to you. And what I mean by that is, if you're not good at trucking, juking, spinning, then of course Ajayi is the better option because he will help you along the way. If you are good at trucking, then go with Howard because he's better at it than Ajayi is with spinning. Now that you can't spin with Ajayi, he has a decent spin move, but Howard's trucking was better than Ajayi's spinning is the best way to put it. But don't ever expect these guys to break loose too often. Their speed is really what's holding them back. But whoever you decide to go with, like I said, it's up to you what you need more. And they're not that expensive. Ajayi goes for like 12k, Howard goes for like 2k, so not that expensive. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap this up. My next review will be Darius Slay. Hopefully that one comes out tonight, but most likely tomorrow. But anyways, guys, I'll see you boys then. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.